I think that was the one thing that we have to put out there, is that if G2 are going to have a chance in this series, I think they need to take this map, and they've got off to a decent start. They've managed to take down Dapr. A couple of players already rotated in. It's early in the day, but they're going to get themselves the after plant, and more importantly, the wall has kept them safe.
The players have had their warm-ups. You can see that.
I need one too.
But surely, this is where Sentinels start to mount that jump back quite quickly into the site. Sick, wanting to move through the wall. Doesn't want to overextend. Nukkye already picking up ShahZaM. This becomes so difficult for Sentinels to hold on.
Hey.
G2 just keep on coming. With only one player taken down, this pistol is so close to flawless to kick off Icebox.
So they have this deep control from ShahZaM. Of course, he is going to be able to just dash out of there, and especially after being tagged. I'm actually quite surprised he's sticking around. Avova is going to pick him off, leave a weapon in the backlines, and Keloqz has just found another onto Dapr. This bonus is looking incredible. They need Tenz to go huge. Luckily for him, he is, well, I was going to say he's going to be able to dismiss, but Nukkye already behind him.
Yeah, he caught him, got right up in his face as he came out and dismissed him. What was a very weak round for G2. Spectres for the most part, a Marshall and a Sheriff, and they've only lost the pistol yet again. But Zombs desperately trying to pull this one back.
5-0 on the attacking side. We know that G2's always been strong in this attack, but this would be something different, and ShahZam's already dead. That was like 8 seconds in.
We talked about ShahZaM's operator. Obviously, Keloqz has bought up his own, and now he's the only operator left on the server, for the time being at least. A man advantage for G2, claimed by Nukkye, who's still walking forward, looking for more victims and finding them. The nade onto the back site, and the Hunter's Fury, it will not connect for the kill, but the nade will. That is glorious for G2. 4 versus 2, and Sick can't even get a kill on the board. Again, it's Zombs left to 1v4 retaken. Oh, well, it doesn't look like he's going to get anything either. 4K out of Nukkye. What if G2 had for breakfast this morning? Already had a bunch of money. Now they are stacked with credits.
Well, Keloqz is having a great time. You can see Sick has gone into a far more aggressive position than what we've seen before. It does seem like Tenz has started to be predicted quite often now by the side of G2, but with Mixwell falling, there seems like a chance, but Nukkye's just on one today. Sick, as said, he's in a prime position to do a fair amount of damage, but now the showstopper comes through and catches him on the edge of the wall, leaving just 2 men standing for the side of Sentinels.
So well played so far by G2, and a 4v2 yet again. Dapr and Zombs, we've seen it so many times, but here's a successful start. Zombs left in the 1v3. Keloqz still low, but he has that operator, and he has the angle. 7-0, a dominant start.
Watching G2 do this well, and not because it's like, oh, as far as he can, and now they're going to try and put some pressure onto Zombs. Now, he popped his ultimate at the beginning of the round. ShahZaM will close out the lurk, but he needs to get something done here. Luckily, this weapon at close range, it can work.
30 seconds left as they dive on in, but they've already bypassed him, going up above as well. The site is now theirs. The res on the Dapr might not mean much if Zombs goes down, and he will, walking out of the Viper's pit and being dropped straight away. Man advantage no longer in their favor. ShahZaM wants to get the opening, but does he know that right up above is Mixwell, waiting to catch Dapr as he comes on through. There's the kill for ShahZaM, and Sick manages to save his life. Now they should have their first round, unless Nukkye has got something to say about it, and he doesn't. Welcome to the scoreboard as Sentinels hit 1.
The pace.
It certainly does. Nukkye's watching for the flank play, holding it down, but might be caught on the cross, and he'll be on his way because Sick has already been taken down, but there it is. ShahZaM trading it back, taking out the star player for G2 in this map so far. That could be a huge blow to the attacking side, but they have got the spike planted. Time is on their side, and as it ticks away ever faster, Sentinels need to make this B retake work. It hasn't been successful for them so far, but they haven't had this kind of weaponry in the past.
This is the Avova spot. This is one of those positions where he sticks in all the time. Tenz on a late flank, he's been spotted. They're expecting him now, but could act as a bit of a distraction. And quickly, Sentinels just dropped 3 players. It's left all onto Mixwell, and his burst through the screen is not going to achieve anything. Another solid retake from Sen.
At this point, they're going to start to reassess this. A little bit of back and...
Given Dapr a slight angle.
Oh, the Boombot gives away his position. He's being blast-packed, but somehow he's able to get a kill from that position. Still alive now as Sentinels gain the man advantage, and there's so little time left. G2 are just being poked and pressured, and by the looks of it, taken down. Avova somehow able to stay alive. He's getting the spike planted. Keloqz Keloqz has come in with 2, and all of a sudden, it's down to Sick. He has to clutch this one out. No idea where Avova might have gone. The wrap could be in play, and he's about to get peeked out by Keloqz on the op. This is so tough. He needs an opportunity to take a duel and a close shot, but a whiff. Now as the time ticks away, Sick is taken down easily. They reposition, they relocate, and for now the answer is definitively no.
And they've also stacked up the remaining players. There's even one watching into mid just to try and hold off the flank. This is being perfectly played at the moment by Sentinels. They have them trapped, and G2 have to try and fight out. Mixwell, though, has been able to find one. And this could give them at least a little bit of space. The problem, though, is the spike has currently dropped all the way back towards Tenz. So he's called for that little bit of extra support. ShahZaM, though, he misses his shot.
Yeah, he's going to be tagged up massively. Has to be so cautious about any future fights that he wants to take. Waiting for his teammates to rotate into position for G2.
30 seconds left.
Moving around to grab that spike's going to be pretty tough, and Nukkye knows that he's about to run into a couple of players. Tenz shutting him down. A 3rd kill for that man in this round, and that pretty much cements the save for G2. If Mixwell finds an opportunity right away, sure, maybe they go for it, but instead, he runs right into the operator.
Oh, this is just the biggest bait of all time.
They've
actually watched in mid as well. They think that there's going to be players. The only problem here could be that they actually get caught from behind. Nukkye, oh, he's going back! Tenz is like, oh, I must be going towards the B site. Sentinels are completely lost in this round, and now he's going to go running through the spawn, and Nukkye's just waiting for him. This is glorious from G2, leaving just Dapr standing to try and pull off a ludicrous clutch.
And he will not even get a moment to think about that. There you go, yeah, the poison orb fades, they pop up their wall, they close in the distance, and now it's popped that wall up to get a plant. Oh, Sick is going all the way through. Of course, he doesn't have the ice wall to play with, so they need to be a bit more aggressive than you'd normally expect. And it works out to take Nukkye down, but the shock dart returns the kill.
Still behind the screen. I think Mixwell has expected them to be a little bit further forward, so just waiting for the screen to go down to give them that little bit of extra space. They'll pop theirs back up, but it seems like G2 at the moment is still just looking back towards the A side, just in case there's been that fallout, that fallback. But it's still going to be a pretty awkward spot. One being spotted will allow Keloqz to try and reposition and take the battle, but ShahZaM has taken out Mixwell.
That's huge. Viper utility for retake taken out, but so is ShahZaM. It keeps on trading back in G2's favor. Sentinels need a big play, and with Zombs on 2 health, he's going to struggle to get anything done. Sick has to be the clutch man of the round. A 1v2, 10 seconds left, and very little that he can get done. Double digits hit by G2 as they hit 10-3.
But if he can get rid of Dapr, there's a good chance.
Still no plan, just a constant harassment of utility coming towards Sentinels. They managed to trade it back and keep the man advantage out of the hands of G2, but only for a moment. ShahZaM, the last alive, hunted down by Keloqz to put it 12-3.
He'll be looking at his Blade Storm.
Well, it starts out poorly with Dapr going down. That operator on range taking the kill. Mixwell might just have heard the drop. There's the distraction shot as he swings out wide. Sick is down. And, you know, okay, they might walk into the A site completely open if they go quick enough, but G2 have a 2-man advantage. They don't care about allowing a site take. They'll play the retake every day of the week.
They can afford to let this one go. Not really wanting to take anything too risky at this stage. A chance for what will be the biggest victory versus Sentinels on LAN on a map. Didn't have to think about that one for long, because they've only lost one other map. For now, though, ShahZaM looking to try and change that, but the trades come back so thick and so fast. It's left all onto Tenz. He's given it a damn good go, but down to 24 HP. He will heal up, and maybe he can keep them in it. It's him versus Keloqz, the operator facing off against the Guardian, and Keloqz will close it. A phenomenal map for G2 as they win 13-3.
What an incredible start to this series. Sentinels have suffered a crushing defeat, and now they're looking for revenge. Nukkye picking up the first to take down Sick here in the pistol. That puts a bit of a sour taste in Sentinel's mouth.
It's not going to be the greatest start of all time, but they are still going to take quite a bit of control, already pushing their way up the ramp and just having a little bit of a look on the flank, just check no one's coming through so quickly. It's going to have to be a push forward from Dapr. He gets caught out by the nade, and Nukkye's already found another.
Tenz, low HP as well, and here comes the blast pack. Ambitious from Mixwell, but he's got teammates to trade. And just like that, G2 continue the streak. With a minute left, they don't need to feel shoehorned into pushing just yet, but they have obviously got the side. That was an ambitious play by Mixwell. Been watching some bunny VODs, has he? So they won't be getting anything done here in Avova. Well, trying to make it costly, a double kill for him before he eventually goes down.
This will pull one of the rotations, but Koldamenta is very far away.
The pull but no spam. This sort of sells the fact that he's not on the back site, and then he baits them in and takes the kill. Now as they come ever closer, he's good for a second. Avova holding this one down all by himself, and his teammates are rallying to his side. Avova has done a spectacular job of not giving away that advantage or the site control, and they don't even get to step on the site.
Pick up the utility that he uses is just so superb, and the fact that he not only delayed them,
and as we speak, the nade forces him back. Now they can split this push and just look to take down the Heaven players. Mixwell does exactly that, but ShahZaM, it's a beautiful right click to take him down. Sadly, no one else is able to answer up on the Sentinel side, leaving Zombs to fend for himself. They are coming up above, and he has nothing to do here with a classic after he runs out of ammo. A big screen, that was absolutely gorgeous, and we'll talk about that a little bit later on. There's no time because Sentinels are rushing in towards this side. Good trade to start it out. Koldamenta holding close still, only good for the one. The operator misses, and Tenz might just have shown up when they needed him. 3 kills out of this young man. But the problem is, even though they've ulted sight, they don't have spike. It's held up above by Nukkye, waiting for Tenz to come up the ropes. And he does. That is the spike retrieved, and what should be an easy plant, and a very difficult clutch out of Keloqz. The position he's in though, will they expect it? He's wrapped all the way through middle, come up behind them and be main. Sadly, he doesn't quite catch the jump on them. And he'll have to give away his position pretty soon.
Yeah, they'll have worked it out by now. They're already clearing the back of the site. They've made it through to the spawn as well, and it seems like they have an incredibly good idea of where the last man of G2 is standing. Tenz has exploded into the server, but can Keloqz ruin it for the side of Sentinels? Absolutely not.
A few players in through middle. That's where the spike is, but it won't be able to move all too far forward. They are using a lot of utility to keep them out. The lockdown surely going to be a big problem for them. In fact, Sentinels are rushing onto the site. They're going to try to get out the other side of it, and they will. They've made it all the way through. Huge commitment from G2, and it sees practically no reward. The spike retrieved. Can Sick get out of there, though? Oh, no! Mixwell whiff, and that might just have given them the opening. Koldamenta not able to answer up when needed, and Nukkye has to clutch it out.
1 versus 3, and he's not even going to get a second's notice.
They've really slowed this one down on the Sentinel side. It surprises me. 25 seconds left. Now they know Raze is here, and that means the showstopper is too. But with 20 seconds, they have no choice but to go. Here comes the showstopper. That's going to slow them down. In fact, it's going to pick off Tenz, the difference maker in a lot of these rounds. 10 seconds left. They still need to deal with Avova on the site. And they've walked right past him. Avova somehow connected that second shot as well. He's got 3 on the board, and the round is G2's. A spectacular play on that site from Avova.
1 already there, and the other 3 started rotating. They make the move then, we've seen so far. The smoke will at least negate the turret for the moment, and Dapr is in a perfect position. They expect him, but they don't manage to find the kill. Now, the trade's all right, but this will actually spot out the lurk. So for the remaining players of G2, they can actually stack up B.
Trying to make a little jump above the wall, see if anyone was there. Down close is clear. There's a Lear back sight. They know where Nukkye is, but they still haven't spotted Koldamenta. They know he's around here because his turret was chiming off, and now in comes Keloqz, with Koldamenta, Nukkye backside, and Avova up in heaven.
Swing out on that. Tenz is going to be brought back, and there's not really anything they can do about it. Even having the gravity well to try and pull them back here. Again, it's going to be the split onto the site as Nukkye at the back, but it's a collab from Mixwell. He will come away with 2 kills, and it's left to ShahZaM trying to hold on here. Another solid hold from G2.
Tenz and friends looking to take this fight together, and Tenz knows there's an alarm bot up close, but now he might have the advantage as he swings on this fight. Frenzy in play, beautiful shot to take Koldamenta down, and G2 3 versus 5. This pistol could be huge for Sentinels to give them that little bit of a boost into the half that they may so desperately need. For now, at least, things are looking incredible. How did he get a headshot out of that with the frenzy spray down mid? the damage will be healed up on. That's the only problem.
It's given Nukkye that little bit of extra HP. Now, he doesn't have any more of those, so you're not going to see him heal up once again. And the rest of the team are now looking to make their move in towards the A side. Now, there's a couple of stars available for them to at least try and slow down this push. And the problem for G2 is there's not a lot of time. They're going to try and take that elevated angle across, but it is clean from Sentinels, leaving just one man standing. Avova with 15 seconds left. This pistol has gone the way of Sentinels.
The thing is, this stops them from really getting that ult orb themselves. Tenz blinded up by the Leer, and so they have time to take him down. Sure. Oh, what is that from Dapr? Sick drop shotting down, but Dapr doesn't need any help. He's already picked up 3, and he stops them from crossing to the site. That wall broken instantaneously. What a hold from this man.
Yeah, he looked a little bit less comfortable, I'd say, when it came to his Sova play on Icebox, but I don't think anybody's out there doubting his Viper, something we can expect to see in the next map as well if we do end up on Bind, but Dapr just holding down a few crazy shots to connect, and okay, Avova is on today. He will drop the Danger Man, at least in this round, and with 45 seconds, there is still time for G2 to play with.
But if Keloqz goes down here, that's the spike on the floor, and he turns at just the wrong moment. ShahZaM with godlike timing, putting it down. 30 seconds left in the round, spike to be retrieved, and Sentinels are starting to set up to punish it. Avova strikes at the right moment. He has a read on Sick, and he's shut him down too. 3 kills for Avova, and he needs to find the 4th with 50 HP. That's a little bit much to expect. The plant coming in now, and we will have a 1v1 setup.
There's a fairly long rotation, and it gives time for a reposition. Avova almost has to take an off angle here, but Zombs almost definitely going to be predicting this aggressive play. It needs to be the headshot, and Zombs is going to close out the round. There it is.
This is a huge bait. They see that orb, they think there's no way someone's here, but Sick is. He's trapped in the corner, though, and taken down, and as Dapr tries to escape, he is pursued. ShahZaM eliminated in middle. Now the split comes to fruition. Mixwell's back online with the res, and Avova is on his way. He is creeping close. He's hearing the steps. He knows exactly where Dapr is. Avova good for 1, but it's a trade out. Sentinels are keeping this competitive. Zombs has to make a big clutch happen. He's going to stop them from planting for just a moment. No, actually, he doesn't. It's a little bit too deep. He was hoping that this was going to be a plant in for main. Oh, no! Just the wrong time, but he still gets away with a frag. In fact, he has more HP than Koldamenta, and he wins it out. 3 kills for Zombs, a massive clutch, and Sentinels take the lead. Still able to get away with that. That is going to haunt G2, a round that definitely should have been theirs. And it was Avova coming through mid, the guarantee.
Sick is going to sit at the back, and he already has Tenz to support him, and there's going to be a rotation before anything can really be done.
Oh, it's a little bit shallow, but the spams get him in the end. Good kill to start, wall across, and here comes the showstopper, looking at the backside, and Tenz again, the victim found by that rocket. He is taken down. Dapr is too. ShahZaM doing his best to keep this one alive, but a shot through the legs as we will leave Zombs again in a clutch situation. But he won it out last time, managing to get a near impossible clutch on the board. This time around,
oh, do I buy an extra pistol? Do I just throw a bit of utility away at the end of the round? Do I do that? Well, that's not the case. I think one of them had about 5,000 credits, but they had a lot of rebuys in some of these rounds. You had obviously the round where Zombs basically had to clutch it out and was the only one alive. And oh dear, they've actually lost the operator as well. Luckily for them, that ultimate is online. It makes a big difference with this purchase. Mixwell's just gone straight through though. It just blasts back, and it might not have been as clean as money, but that was ShahZaM's gonna take 2 with the Blade Storm, bringing this round back into contention. There's also the res online, so potentially going to be able to use that while holding onto the angle. The wall doesn't block it. Luckily for Tenz, he's going to be finding the shot anyway. Again, we find ourselves in a 2v2, but G2 do get the res off.
Yeah, it looks like Sick might be able to do the same. It's a risk, but he's going to take it. Dapr falls in the meantime, though, so the numbers stay exactly the same. Down goes Sick to the operator, and Keloqz hits in with the 4th. That is 10-10. G2 have tied it up just in the nick of time. Operator as well, right? The one that was saved over by their opponents. Keloqz was gifted this by Zombs. Utility time and time again. Gonna go for the same this time around. Right by. No, he gets caught up. Zombs. Good for 1. Sick trading from above. Even in for 2. And then ShahZaM walks through, but he's taken down by Keloqz. This man showing up when he needs to. Plant on backside. And a 2 versus 2. Sentinels Need to try and force this fight soon before Rez can come through. The right up close. Tenz catches one, but Keloqz needs to clutch it out. The Rez pulls one back online. Dapr has to take the fight, and that's information. It's all that Keloqz wanted. He just needs one more bullet. Dapr, 31 HP, and Sentinels just about stay alive. One shot from Dapr, a headshot to put 11 on the board.
One player still into middle. The split is there. Avova's got another Cosmic Divide, and as we know how much he can do with that, they're going to try and avoid that initial utility. Sick going to be stunned at the back, but there's two players they have to deal with, and Dapper's already going to drop another. This gives him that Viper's Pit to just lock down the site, and the time is ticking now for G2.
Oh, what is going on here? Nukkye came in with a quick double. The A site, sure, it might have a Viper's Pit on it, but B is open, and they know it. They're rotating all the way over, allowing them to have whatever they like on the A site. And if they can get the spike down quickly, oh, in fact, there's no ult orb there. So yeah, they're going to get this spike down. No res for Sick unless he finds a kill. And when they get to the B site, there's no one for him to res. This is huge. G2 have avoided a massive landmine. And now they just need to hold on in the post plant. Sentinels moving together through Garage. Sick and Dapr, the players that need to clutch this out, and they've both had their rounds. Dapr in this one alone has been fantastic, but there's no utility to play with here, Tom. It's all down to aim duels on both sides of the coin. And the time is so low. They need to make a move. They need to find a kill soon, find some space. Sick is taken down. It's all up to Dapr. He's going in for the stick, halfway at least, ready to take the fight up above, and Koldamenta's shut down. He's almost got it, but they push at just the right moment. 13-11. G2 have won the series, and Sentinels are dethroned. At long last, G2, the Kings are back, and this is their town.
Truly unbelievable. We have never seen this team lose on LAN, and finally someone has managed to take them down. The worst thing as well is this was on split. Never in our wildest dreams did we imagine that G2 would be able to counter Sentinels on this map, and honestly, that is one of the most unbelievable matches I think we've ever seen.